Something more than a friendly breakfast.
Elizabeth, you know how fond I am of Charles.
And the feeling is mutual, I'm happy to say.
And that's why I want so very much to be able to help the Sanders family at this difficult time. It just seems to me that Charles is in a very delicate position.
Is he?
Oh, yes. I mean, it was difficult enough balancing his ambassadorial duties with his personal life, what with Jamie's problems and everything that Kate has been through. But now that he seems to have a crown prince poseur on his hands, well, I'm afraid the poor man must be overwhelmed.
Well, my son isn't easily overwhelmed.
Well, I know, but I would hate to think that his position as Ambassador Mendoro would be threatened in any way by his being pulled in too many different directions, and that's why I want to offer my help.
Dorian, you could have helped enormously if you had kept that imposter from grabbing the spotlight on your television program.
Oh, the young man has a right to a fair shake. It's called freedom of speech.
It's called boosting the rating. Frankly, my dear, I think you have some nerve offering to help extricate Charles from a situation you helped create.
You don't mince words, do you? Neither will I. As Charles's friend, yes, I wished I could have pulled the plug on that young man, but as a journalist, I really couldn't resist a good story. In my place, wouldn't you have done the same? Ah, I knew it. We're not really very different, are we? We both love wielding power. I just would like to wield some of that power to help Charles. Now, are you interested or not? Stopped ringing. And do you want to know which way the calls are going?
Dorian, I didn't intend for this to become a popularity contest.
10-1 in your favor. If you're not just a curiosity, dear, you're a major media star. Oh, why doesn't that thrill you?
Well, I forced my way onto your show because I was backed into a corner, not because I wanted to become a celebrity.
Like it or not, dear, you have become one. And now my audience is clamoring for more and more of you.
Well, this is all there is.
That's good. That's very good. We're going to have to use that.
Use that for what?
For your next appearance on my show. You're going to tell me every juicy detail about your personal saga, and I'm going to devote an entire show to the story of Geoffrey McGrath.
No, it is impossible.
It is not impossible. If I want to do an entire show on you, I can do it. I own WVLA.
No, you don't understand. You see, I didn't want to be on your TV show. Those immigration agents just forced me into it.
And you did what any good patriot would do. You stood your ground.
I panicked. I rushed onto the stage without a thought in my head, and I just pleaded for help.
Your plea has been heard. Now the audience wants you back so they can hear the rest of your story.
Look, I know that you're a journalist and you're looking for the headlines, but you're just wasting your time.
Let me be the judge of that. Why do they want you back in Mendora so badly?
I've already said more than I should.
You might as well keep talking, because I'm going to find out the truth whether you want me to or not. I've got a friend already who's been making some inquiries. There is somebody in Washington who's putting a lot of pressure on the State Department, the immigration people. Now, do you know who's pulling the strings?
I wish I knew.
I think you've known all along. Who's your enemy, Geoffrey, and why are you protecting him? Is it somebody in Mendora, or perhaps somebody here closer to home?
I don't think I can say any more.
I can. What is it that you've done?
Do you think I've committed some kind of crime?
What are you? Are you a traitor? Are you a revolutionary?
No.
Well, then, that just leaves you with being a naive, foolish boy, and that's worse than anything I can think of. Come on. You need my help. You might as well admit it, except I am not going to lift a finger to help you unless you tell me the whole truth, and I mean that.
All right. You want the whole story, Dorian? Well, brace yourself, because that's what you're going to get.
I'm waiting.
Right, the whole story. Oh, first of all, have I thanked you for paying for my hotel bill? Without your generosity, I'd be on the streets right now.
My generosity, unlike my curiosity, does have its limits, dear. In fact, I'm only paying your hotel bills in exchange for your giving me an exclusive on your story.
I really wish I could help you, but I don't...
All right. I'll settle for an exclusive on your story when you do decide to tell it eventually.
I think I'm going to have to find another hotel room because I cannot appear on your television show. Not now, not ever.
If you're willing to tell me your story, why not tell it to everybody?
I'm in deep enough trouble already. If the wrong people see me on television...
Go on.
Very delicate sensibilities are involved here. Family honor.
Whose family?
The royal family of Mendora. Who else?
Are you serious?
While I was at Harvard, Princess Anne, the sister to the Crown Prince, was attending Radcliffe. Mm-hmm. Well, she and I met at a party, and, well, one thing led to another, and she spent quite a few late nights at my apartment.
What did her father, the king, think?
Well, he didn't know. Until one of Princess Anne's girlfriends betrayed us. Suddenly, the king had a daughter who was no longer unspoiled merchandise.
That doesn't sell very well in royal circles, does it?
He was furious. Overnight, I went from being an obscure student to royal enemy #1.
So that explains why they want you back in Mendora so badly.
Believe me, the princess is the king's pride and joy. If I go back to Mendora, he will be revenged on me.
So that's all there is to it, No armament sales, no assassinations, just one ex-virgin.
I'm telling you, it's enough. If the king gets hold of me, I am as good as dead.